Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to Tuesday, Team Training Tuesday, also called Applied Neolife. And today, being the last Tuesday of May, we are going to have a short presentation. I hope I can get through it quickly, and then we can have a time of questions, comments, testimonies to fill up the time. I know a few people have got started in the business lately. Quite a lot of people are new, so there's no harm in going through the basics, the fundamentals, and that is what we are doing today. We're discussing supplementation and other things as well, I must add, and what to look for, and why we recommend this as part of all of your breakfast. So my focus will be on breakfast as well. My name is Esa Zanambasi. I'm a medical doctor by training. I like to say I'm very passionate about what Neolife has taught us, taught me, and what we can get out of Neolife. By sharing what we've got, we can change somebody's health status for sure. Right, supplementation. Now, you know, let us discuss breakfast, right? Let us talk about breakfast. Many say it's the most important meal of the day. There's some truth in that. Absolutely. But what it has become may be something that we need to re-look at and really examine. So I thought I would talk about the content of breakfast, the timing, and why change from traditional breakfast. We know what traditional breakfast entails. It usually entails a lot of grain and a lot of carbohydrates, or for some people, they reheat last night's food, all of which we may need to ask ourselves whether that is healthy and a good thing to do. So yes, we have a fork in the road. Are we going to turn left or are we going to turn right? That is for you to answer, but let us carry on. What is an ideal breakfast? Let's look at the content. It should be light, as all meals should be light, not heavy. Large meals are difficult to digest, and they can result in indigestion and sleepiness. Better health is achieved by eating little amounts often, usually healthy snacks like fruits, nuts, and seeds, and using obviously a lot of vegetables, plant-based foods. This can help to maintain stable blood sugar. Now, just think as we go through this, what the reality is today. Then timing, eat after you are fully awake, that is so crucial, okay? Digestion cannot occur effectively while still sleepy. And even our little children, when we are waking them up to take them to school and then we force them to eat something, digestion might not work very well, okay? So an exercise routine before breakfast helps to stimulate circulation and digestion. So my question is this: why do we need to break with tradition and to literally think out of the box? Okay, so this is an introduction to core nutrition and an introduction also to what we have known as the breakfast pack, but that will come soon. We'll unpack it. I just wanted to build on the importance of exercise. Exercise is important because it stabilizes the appetite. We all know that a sedentary lifestyle leads to poor appetite control, as there is a tendency to eat more calories compared to the expenditure of calories. Physical activity is essential to balance appetite in line with body needs. Now, the challenge with traditional breakfasts are the amount of processed grains, with dangers of triggering autoimmune disorders. And if any of you were on last week's, we talked about autoimmune disorders. So what does Neolife say? Neolife says that we need to do a lot of physical activity. We need to be eating whole grains. And that is why traditionally breakfast has had a lot of grain foods. But we also know that that has changed, in that food processing is the norm today. And then we need to eat some protein, or obviously fruits and vegetables, protein, and fats and sugars. But this is the modern typical lifestyle triangle where people are very sedentary and therefore weight management is not optimal. And we're eating way too much fats and sugars, and sugar in the form of processed grains, such as flour products. Okay, so we want to rebalance that. And that's why I said, perhaps you might want to look at redoing your breakfast and rethinking your breakfast. Okay, all of us aspire to have great health and to live for a long time, but the truth is that people's energy levels dwindle, they become very tired, and pretty soon they fall into the sick zone. And instead of living for a good long time, strong and with much vitality, they end up spending many years on chronic medications. And so, again, I just want to remind you of last week's discussion, and it will all fall into place. So we need to understand that, yes, people are looking for supplementations. People wonder what to take. It is up to us to educate them. Thanks to what we have as the Scientific Advisory Board, they've taught us a lot, and they always have highlighted the Neolife difference. The founder of the board was a top toxicologist, pharmacologist, a huge believer in good nutrition as a way to prevent a lot of disease conditions, including cancer. He was a cancer researcher, and he made or pioneered oral chemotherapy. So this is the difference for those of you who are looking at this for the first time. Everything we have is based in nature, and it is backed by science. And these are the scientists, and there are many, many other scientists in addition to the Scientific Advisory Board. So you can trust them. The Scientific Advisory Board, as shown here, are trustworthy. Products are made up to a standard and not down to a price. So when you get that as an objection, just remind them that what they're getting is value, high value. And then the choice, there's always something for everyone, regardless of the budget, and also great synergy of products for real results. So I thought I would put that up front. Everything we have is human natural nutrition, and we also are feeding ourselves at a cellular level. And that's why I thought, yes, for breakfast, that's what you need, to be feeding yourself, not just stuffing your stomach for the sake of it, but to really get value out of what we are putting into the body. So a healthy cell needs to be able to take in nutrients and to take waste matter out Each cell, through the function of that cell, produces things that need to leave the cell, metabolites as we call them, or toxins. And what has happened lately is that because of food processing and the lack of whole grain oils, these cells become very inefficient at absorbing nutrients and taking out waste matter. And so one becomes steadily malnourished and full of toxins, and that is not ideal. So we have a solution in the family, and this is what we need to introduce you to enhance your energy, which one needs at the beginning of the day, or whenever they are going out to work. Improve nutrient utilization efficiency by 50% is what this affords one to do. And why we need lipids and sterols is for those reasons, okay? Cellular support, vitality, nutrient utilization, and energy. And they are also critical for making hormones and enzymes and generally keeping us alive and well. And by increasing the immune system, you can withstand a lot of the diseases. So our core nutrition looks like that. And as you can see, in it is TRINN, which if one can't start with the whole core nutrition, the ideal is to have the whole core nutrition because of the nutrient synergy. Then one can start with TRINN and build on it. And that's what we advise. Yes. So core nutrition, that is the answer to the frequently asked question, where do I start? Even for breakfast, that is where to start, okay? Now, children, our loved, beloved children, we need to introduce them very early to cellular nutrition because they are growing. And so I wanted this picture so that you can see the importance of the protein shakes. They are the only ones on the market, as far as we know, that will give you all the 22 amino acids. That is essential. That is very important. And then we have children's formulations. I didn't put on liquid rice, but we even have a liquid preparation. I didn't do so because it isn't available in all markets, but in the markets that it is, one can access it. So that is the beginning for children and adults, the core nutrition. Those are the foundation products. Then you can add on targeted solutions for specific health needs. But when you ask that question, where do I begin? That is the advice generally. And this is for all of you who are looking at it for the first time. Then I quickly want to talk about toxins. Why do I talk about toxins? I'll explain later on. Okay. The environmental toxins are the missing piece of the puzzle in diseases. Now, a lot of people are spending all their energy trying to heal conditions, treat conditions, without actually realizing that it is important to take away the reason first before throwing a lot of supplements at it. Okay, so Joyce, would you like to say something? You may. You can unmute yourself.
Yes. Somebody is saying you are low. I don't know whether everyone else is feeling the same. For me, it's okay. But somebody is saying you are low. They can't hear you well. So I think if somebody else can confirm by raising their hand whether we are okay. On my side, I think I'm okay, but I don't know whether there is anybody else.
Okay.
They can raise their hands.
No, it seems nobody's.
Oh, there. It's okay. It's okay. Then that person should check their audio. Kindly, please check your audio.
Okay.
That is Udaya Nansukusa.
Okay.
So the sound is okay. Let's go on. Thank you. Sorry for the interruption.
Thank you. So we have cleaning products, and I'm just going to whiz through them very, very fast. And then give you the reason why. We have LDC, which is an amazing product. I think no home should do without it. And we have a laundry compound, also an amazing product, very, very economical. Now, by saving money and removing toxins, you are able to afford to invest in your health with our first-class, leading-edge nutrition supplements. That is the rationale behind it. So I just wanted to say that, why do we have breakfast the way it is? You know, with a fast-paced lifestyle that we are now leading, there is no time to sit down for many minutes to eat. Everybody is on the go. Everybody is on the go. And also food growing, modern food growing means that the nutrients are quite deficient in the food. So that's why we need to supplement. And then the commercial systems of marketing, again, the way the food is processed and then put in packets and left on the shelf for a long time, nutrients are very, very deficient in the food supply. That's why we need to supplement. And I wanted to remind us of our values. It's always important to touch base with our values. Absolute integrity, okay? And why it is important is that when you introduce somebody to the Neolife family, they need to be able to feel secure and very comfortable with the fact that they are using good products. But we need to remind them that with consistency, not once off, okay? And then people are number one. We believe in the golden rule that we treat others the way that we want to be treated. People are number one. Now, our products work. There's no doubt about that. And that is why I've shown you the core nutrition again. You may need to use more of others as well. Last night's webinar was excellent on vitamin B complex. So you see, we have other products, but in the core nutrition, you do get some B in the shake and in the multi-tablet. And equal opportunity for all. No matter the age, everybody is welcome. You can make a difference to yourself, and you can also make a difference to your family's budget, in that you are saving money and creating an income. Now, long-range vision is particularly important because when you come to Neolife, you come knowing that you are in it for the lifestyle change and not just a quick fix, okay? So have that long-range vision, and that guides decisions and actions for the well-being of future generations and all Neolife family members and yourself. So thank you very much. It's time for us to ask whether there are any questions. And as I told you, it would be short. It has been barely 20 minutes. So let us stop sharing and ask the questions that anybody wants to ask. So let's stop sharing, sorry. Okay, so you are welcome to ask questions. If I see that the sound quality is not up to scratch, I will, yeah, okay. But I'll stop recording if the quality is not good.
No, it's okay. It's okay. I think it's one person who had a problem.
Okay, so does anybody want to be unmuted so that you ask the question yourself? You are welcome to do that.
I'd like to make a comment or a contribution.
Yes, please.
I have heard a lot about intermittent fasting, and I did something with you some time back, and I've managed to postpone my breakfasts. So in the morning, I only take water and maybe a cup of tea. And then my first meal is around 11:30 noon. That's when I have my breakfast. I actually pack it to work, but I eat it at 11:30 noon. Then I have a late lunch of at 1:30 or 2, on like that. Then I stop eating at around 6. Do you think that is okay? I stop eating completely at 6. I can drink water, I can anything until tomorrow, 11.
Yeah. You tell us how you feel. I'm curious to hear whether that's okay for you.
I actually, it's very interesting because one, I don't get hunger pangs. I also use, together with that, I do my Pro Vitality in the morning. And at night, I'll do my Calmag. And during the day, I also do others like magnesium and what else do I have right now? And multimineral plus alfalfa, I have a few. And then I don't feel hungry and I'm energetic. Like today, I'm feeling very good. Today, I'm feeling very, very, very good. But what I do is that I make sure I don't have a shake right now. But I know you recommended that when we break the fast, the best would be a protein. So in the absence of the shake, I make sure I have at least an egg, either boiled, mostly boiled. I carry a boiled egg, and I have it with my tea at around 11 or 12 there. Then I have a smoothie, fruit smoothie. Then I have a bit of my lunch, a bit of starch and some vegetables. Like that. Then some fruits on and off until 6. Then I break off. I'm feeling okay. I think it's a good way of my tummy is. I'm light. I feel light during the day. I have a lot of walking to do, and I've just transferred from another town, and I was a bit heavy when I came. I was feeling a bit heavy when I came. I don't know whether I've lost some weight, but I can feel much better. So I think it's a good thing, maybe to perfect it by having a shake for breaking the fast.
Yes, okay. Well, if that system is working for you, that's good. The intermittent fasting is in line with that statement that I said, not to eat while you are still sleepy. Okay, because there's actually a lot of physiological reasons why one should perhaps, with the modern lifestyle, we are up and out of the house very, very early in the morning. And at that time, the hormonal levels of certain key hormones is still low, like you need some insulin. It hasn't been generated yet. And now you're cranking it up by eating a huge plate of porridge or lots of bread with sugar in the tea and all that. That is how come we are seeing health issues like overweight and obesity, belly fat, pre-diabetes and diabetes, and situations like that, because of our eating habits and the content of what we are eating, the breakfast. So by, yes, delaying it and putting good quality, and that's why I said if one can invest in health, I think a breakfast pack, which is basically Pro Vitality, all the components of Pro Vitality, and a shake would transform one's health. Now you're doing it for the long term, with a long-term view. You are avoiding a low immunity, okay? Because right now in the Southern Hemisphere, we are entering our winter where flus and coughs and colds become very common. And you don't want that. So by building up your immunity and not breaking it down by lots of processed grain, as was tradition, you would do yourself a favor, because the older you grow, the more likely you need a strong immune system. Okay, and then last week I actually talked a lot about the disadvantages of a lot of the wheat products that we have traditionally grown up with, but which are not the same now because of the processing and the agriculture methods. So if you're feeling good on intermittent fasting, I've been intermittent fasting for a long time. And I totally believe it's a good thing to do, not to overeat and not to eat the wrong food too early in the day. That's essentially what it is. And then to eat within a window, so that yes, by 6 o'clock or 7 o'clock, you're done, and then your body can digest the food comfortably before you get into bed to sleep. Most of us eat way too late, which is not good. Okay, is there any other question? All this will help with weight management, by the way. That was one of the things on my agenda, to encourage people to achieve a healthy body weight. Hence the emphasis on exercise. Whatever exercise you can put in, please do it. Walking is good. Running, for those who are runners, is good. Okay. Awesome.
Okay.
Okay, it looks like people are looking forward to the end of the month. This is the month-end presentation, and it looks like nobody really wants to ask any more questions. So thank you for being here. I'm going to stop the recording.